Now, the police were already monitoring him, and actually, while I was there, they went from let's bring him in to let's talk to you about cults, which means in 2019, 2020, when I was part of the police, already Musk's crowd had become involved in trying to recruit me, or probably I was sold, pitched, or whatever, but it was to be in a cult situation. Particularly, they obviously knew that Buckley, though, was American, he says he's Italian. They knew that EU research funding was being scammed. There was all that going on, all the fraud, which was, in fact, because I told my friend CJ, who works for, what was the company called? It was like Quantum something, but they work for a cybersecurity company that's been around for 20 years now, and they've supplied to the Pentagon. There's such high security, and Anderson, who runs it, has sold stuff to the MOD from decades and decades ago. And I spoke to CJ, and he saw everything that was going on. So they must have also told the police just by protocol. Because very soon after, it stopped being about talking about the stalking and more about the corruption around. The fraud was there anyway, the cults, the potential corruption in the police. They put me in a team where clearly the detective, one of the sergeants, was clearly corrupt. He was doing a lot of odd things and wearing odd things as well. Like, police don't earn that much money, and he was in kind of tailored suits. It was just very odd. Everyone would, just all of these kind of things were happening. Clearly, it also exposed a lot of different gangs and how they fitted into all of this, including car companies like Fiat. They could, not just through me, I think there were other women in my position who had been similarly, it's a playbook, isn't it? It's exactly the same. In fact, I believe people from Unit 9 had committed suicide or had tried to, particularly with children as well, or they had left the country. Many, they were under attack.